Thomas Stearns Eliot, commonly known as T.S. Eliot, is one of the most iconic figures in 20th century literature. Born in America and later a naturalized British citizen, Eliot profoundly influenced the landscape of modern poetry and criticism. Known for his complex use of language, exploration of spirituality, and examination of existential dilemmas, his works challenged conventional literary norms and reshaped the boundaries of poetic expression. Eliot's literary legacy is grounded in works that delve into the psyche of the modern individual, often disillusioned, seeking meaning in a fragmented, rapidly changing world. His significant contributions to literary theory and criticism, including ideas on tradition and the individual talent, have influenced generations of writers, making him an enduring figure in literary studies.
Early life and education. Birth and family background.
T.S. Eliot was born on September 26, 1888, in St. Louis, Missouri, into a prominent and intellectual family. His grandfather founded Washington University in St. Louis, while his father was a successful businessman. This background placed Eliot in a household that highly valued education and culture, providing him with a strong intellectual foundation from an early age.
Early influences and education.
Eliot's early schooling reflected his family's emphasis on intellectual pursuits, with his interests quickly leaning toward literature and philosophy. He attended Smith Academy, where his studies fostered a love for poetry and language. In 1906, Eliot enrolled at Harvard University, where he studied under influential professors who introduced him to a wide range of literary and philosophical works, from Shakespeare and the metaphysical poets to French symbolists like Laforgue and Baudelaire.
Encounter with European literature.
Eliot's exposure to European literature expanded further during his postgraduate studies in Paris, where he attended lectures at the Sorbonne. His experience in Paris, combined with his studies at Harvard, profoundly shaped his aesthetic sensibilities and intellectual perspectives. It was here that Eliot began crafting his unique literary voice, blending American and European literary influences into what would become his signature Modernist style.
The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock, 1915. Themes: alienation, indecision, and the passage of time. Style: stream of consciousness and dramatic monologue.
The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock marks Eliot's entrance into the literary world, published in 1915. The poem explores the inner life of J. Alfred Prufrock, an educated but socially insecure man who feels deeply alienated from the society around him. He is plagued by self-doubt, indecision, and the fear of judgment, which prevents him from expressing his desires or forming meaningful connections. Written in the form of a dramatic monologue, the poem is marked by a fragmented structure and stream of consciousness style that mimics Prufrock's internal struggles. Prufrock's laments about missed opportunities and his fear of aging serve as reflections on the human experience in modern society, where individuals often grapple with self-worth and a lack of agency. Eliot's imagery and use of allusions, from Dante's Divine Comedy to Shakespeare's Hamlet, create a layered text that resonates with readers' own fears of inadequacy and isolation.
The Wasteland, 1922. Themes: disillusionment, fragmentation, and the search for meaning. Style: 5 sections, multilingual references, and cultural intertextuality.
Published in the aftermath of World War I, The Wasteland is widely regarded as one of the most important poems of the 20th century.
The poem captures the sense of disillusionment and existential despair felt by many in the post-war period. The Wasteland is divided into 5 sections, each a unique piece of the mosaic, interwoven with mythology, religious symbolism, and literary references, creating a complex, fragmented structure. The poem's eclectic mix of languages, references, and narrative voices reflects the fractured state of Western society. Drawing on sources like the Holy Grail legend, the Hindu Upanishads, and the poetry of Dante and Baudelaire, Eliot explores themes of death, rebirth, and spiritual sterility.
3. The Hollow Men, 1925. Themes: despair, moral emptiness, and the failure of communication. Style: fragmented structure with allusions to religious and cultural texts.
The Hollow Men is often seen as a continuation of the themes explored in The Wasteland. The poem expresses a sense of spiritual emptiness and paralysis, symbolizing the moral and cultural void in contemporary life. The haunting line, "This is the way the world ends, not with a bang but a whimper," has become emblematic of the work's bleak vision of humanity. Drawing from Dante's Inferno, the Divine Comedy, and the Bible, Eliot crafts a narrative that grapples with the idea of purgatory on earth, where people are neither fully alive nor dead. The poem's fragmented structure, sparse language, and haunting imagery of hollow men and stuffed men create an eerie landscape of human impotence. Eliot reflects on the failure of communication and the consequences of moral passivity, capturing the disillusionment of the age.
The Four Quartets, 1943. Themes: time, spirituality, and the search for redemption. Style: 4 long poems, blending Eastern and Western philosophies.
The Four Quartets comprises 4 interconnected long poems: Burnt Norton, East Coker, The Dry Salvages, and Little Gidding, each exploring complex themes of time, memory, and spirituality. This work reflects Eliot's spiritual and philosophical meditations, integrating Eastern thought, particularly from Hindu and Buddhist philosophies, with Christian theology. Each quartet explores a unique dimension of human experience, from the cyclical nature of time to the possibility of redemption and transcendence. In Burnt Norton, Eliot meditates on time's elusive nature, while Little Gidding examines the possibility of spiritual renewal amid the ravages of war. These poems are deeply introspective, marked by Eliot's journey toward faith and understanding of life's transient nature. The Four Quartets is widely regarded as Eliot's masterwork, representing a mature synthesis of his philosophical and poetic vision.
Murder in the Cathedral, 1935. Themes: verse drama. Style: conflict between church and state, martyrdom and moral struggle.
Murder in the Cathedral is a verse drama that tells the story of the murder of Archbishop Thomas Becket in Canterbury Cathedral. Written during a time of rising political tensions in Europe, the play explores themes of power, sacrifice, and moral integrity. Becket's internal struggle between his duty to the church and the pressure from the state reflects Eliot's preoccupation with the conflicts between personal belief and societal demands. The play underscores the idea of sacrifice as a means of achieving a higher truth, a theme that Eliot explored throughout his career.
Style and techniques. Imagery and symbolism.
Eliot's use of vivid imagery and symbolism heightens the emotional and philosophical depth of his works. His symbolic landscapes, whether the sterile desert in The Wasteland or the foggy streets of Prufrock's London, capture the existential dread and alienation characteristic of modern life. Symbols such as water, fire, and ruins recur in his poetry, reflecting themes of death, renewal, and spiritual desolation.
Allusions.
Eliot was known for his rich use of allusions to other texts, including classical literature, religious scriptures, and philosophy. These allusions add depth and complexity, inviting readers to engage with his works on multiple levels. For example, references to Dante, the Bible, and Buddhist teachings in The Waste Land and the Four Quartets create a tapestry of interwoven meanings.
Modernist techniques.
As a modernist, Eliot employed techniques like fragmentation, non-linear narrative structures, and multiple perspectives. These stylistic choices reflect the fractured nature of modern experience and allow for a more nuanced exploration of the human psyche. His use of dramatic monologue and stream of consciousness in Prufrock captures the sense of alienation and introspection that defines modernist literature.
Legacy.
T.S. Eliot's influence on literature is profound and far-reaching. His innovative approach to poetry and drama inspired countless writers and redefined the boundaries of literary expression. His exploration of the human condition, the complexities of time and memory, and the spiritual quest for meaning have left an indelible mark on contemporary literature. Winning the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1948 further solidified his reputation as a pivotal figure in 20th century literature.
Conclusion.
Through his remarkable body of work, T.S. Eliot captured the essence of modern existence and challenged readers to confront the complexities of human experience. His legacy endures as a testament to the power of literature to explore, question, and redefine the world we live in.